To my studio, I feel like this is MTV Cribs, the budget version. This is Basic Bitch Studios because it is very basic. Hello, I'm S. Ruston. My name's Sophie. More recently, I've had people coming up to me guessing what the S is in my name. Sarah, what was the other? Stephanie, which is quite cool, but now I'm Sophie, yeah. Yeah, my perfect idea of a party, an environment where you can experiment with who you want to be for the night. So yeah. A welcoming space, a space where the crowd looks after each other and no techno consumerism. So yeah, I don't want to go to a party and feel like people are like, I got my ticket, I want this, this and this. Like, I don't want that consumerist vibe. And for me, femmes to the front, femmes, petite people, people who need a bit more care, like to the front of the dance floor, please. Outfits, this is just like some in my bedroom. I've got a bunch of outfits as well, but yeah, this is like, I wore this for her, and yeah, my Sessa, Bound by Sessa made these. It's quite big, so we need to make it a bit small. I played on her with it, but it was slipping down. Yeah, like this is like one of my fave pieces. It's like, again, original 90s. So yeah, for the last month, I've been working on composing, scoring, creating music, sound for a performance called Wilson, which is set on a tennis court, on a beautiful outdoor tennis court in Moabit. And yeah, I've been working with this choreographer, dancer called Sophie Gisset, and 2 other performers. There'll be 3 on the night. Yeah, and I've been working on creating sound. Sometimes it's more like background sound, and then there's like a climactic techno piece. Each day or each week I sort of been creating these, like, I call them sound beds, loading them up to SoundCloud, and then we play them and play them in perhaps the right time that I think this sound should come in. And then make a load of notes and come back home and like tweak and edit. And yeah, it's been like this really cool back and forth process. And right now I've got like, it's about 55 minutes. So it's, yeah, I've been making these sound beds and then like, wow, this bit actually needs to last for 10 minutes or this is 8. So that's been quite like, I make quite a mess when I create. So yeah, and then like trying to tidy it up and just get my head around this way of working. But I love the back and forth, and I love, I really love collaborating, and I've always wanted to do this. So like there's definitely an element of like, oh, this is like one of my dreams. And yeah, I think it's really healthy to do this and dip out of the DJ world. I think the DJ world can be quite binary in some senses, or it can get very like one track. I don't feel like it needs to be, but I get a bit stuck in a binary with it. So yeah, it's good to step out of that and yeah, challenge myself. I thrive off of challenges. So yeah, it's been really cool. Yeah, do I miss Bristol? I mean, my family are in Bristol, yeah, and I saw them for the first time in a year, like last month. I just went up for the day. That's all the time I had. I had a gig in London. And yeah, like Bristol's like a really, like all the buildings are painted really colourfully, and it seems like people are really cheerful, and there's a lot of banter, and yeah, like, yeah, I miss that vibe. But I grew out of Bristol. It just got way too small for me. I was already like going to London a lot of weekends anyway. And I was deciding whether I just fuck off to London or Bristol, Berlin. I just went to Berlin twice. I went to Substance at Berghain and was just like, I'm moving here. I had a bunch of friends, not like the greatest friends, but like cool friends here, and I had no expectations.
Only in our thoughts, roaring like extinct lions and charging like buffalo.
I didn't really understand my queerness then, but I think I already felt that there was something very queer, gay going on here, and I needed to be here, but I don't know how fully aware. I just needed to get out of Bristol. Yeah. I really want to just be an explosion of fucking energy and colour and riot and rave. Like there's something about rave that for me sounds like a call to arms. So yeah, like fucking obnoxious at times, hyperactive. But I do like to have these deep, like, I'd say bass informed. Coming from the UK, I definitely have this bass music informed stuff. So I do like to go deep. I do like to be heavy. I'm not so into dark, I'm more into heavy. And I love euphoria and euphoric moments. And I'm always wanting to make people's faces melt. Like if I can, yeah, kind of cause that reaction. So I think that's kind of like the palette that I'm going for. Music being political, yeah, whether it should or not, like I think it just is. I think some people are able to switch off and not think about music ever as political, but I think if you're actually working in the industry, like I understand some people like, oh, I just want to go out and hear music and forget, like oh sorry, getting excited and smacking my microphone. This is political. Yeah, like I get like why some people just want to forget everything on the dance floor, and there is an element of that. But I think if you work in the industry, I think if you're in the queer scene, I think if you're friends with broke, trans, queer, BIPOC people, like, how can you ignore it when everyone around you is struggling? Like, how the fuck can you ignore it? I can't ignore it. And I know I open my mouth a bunch on social media, and I know my family are probably really fucking fed up of me being so political, but I don't have kids to focus on. I don't have a family in that sense. So yeah, my family are my people around me. So yeah, what's happening on the dance floor is a microcosm of what's happening outside of that. So yeah, it can't not be for many of us, but it can also be an escapism. But yeah, and I think there's a lot of restructuring going on, but I do worry about our younger generation and this idea of cancelling. It does really worry me, and I believe that the elders in the scene, we need to like work really hard to bring people together, to open up conversations in real life, and not use social media as this kind of like way to argue with each other, because yeah, it's just no good. Like the left, I I mean, it's hard not to speak in buzzwords, but like the left eating up the left, it does feel like that sometimes. So yeah, I think there's a bunch of us like really trying to find ways to like come together and have conversations in real life, and that's going to be something that's going to happen in the next few months, I think, like coming out with these ideas and ways. Yeah, and it's worrying for sure, like we're losing venues fast.
Yeah.
And it worries me.